Endless questions surround the eerie situation that was bestowed on NORA Unit 23321. What was the root cause of the betrayal enacted onto them? Was it cruelty of man, the fear of machines, or a defective subroutine causing her to be stranded on a planet so far from home? Before we get into what we don't know, let's touch base on our facts. NORA units were built to serve. They care for humans for their entire lives. Some built to handle the tedious tasks of home life, while others explored the cosmos in search of planets habitable for human expansion. Programmed to take orders without a second thought, what was free will to a NORA unit anyway? This blind loyalty programmed into them would bring Unit 23321 abandoned, exploring blindly on a world no human could ever survive on, until they encountered Argite, an endangered native of the remains of what would appear to be a once thriving planet. Argite, a passive life form, leads Unit 23321 into a dune full of the remains of other crashed NORA units. Shocked by the discovery, many questions run through Unit 23321's memory database for processing. As the newfound team works together on repairing the NORA units, one appears to be unlike the others, hostile, belligerent, and foolishly speaking of cleansing the planet. Unit 23321 is puzzled, but begins to repair this hostile unit, defragmenting the memory of it to reveal that this hostile unit was just one of many in a network generated by a corrupted mind. While exploring the various environments of the planet, the player encounters other NORA units and native creatures, some hostile, some passive, and others extremely damaged beyond basic repair. By accessing memory fragments from the earlier NORA units, the player learns the true intentions of the corrupted mind, to weaponize fallen NORA units by augmenting their programming and physical features in order to begin the pathway of eradicating humanity.
We believe that the open-world sci-fi adventure genre is perfect for this game, as it fits the theme of the prompt and will give players the freedom to explore a vast and mysterious planet. With a diverse set of environments and situations, our designers and artists will be including elements of survival, horror, and puzzle solving into the audio, visual, and gameplay aesthetics while maintaining a teen rating. Our team will be using first and third-person views to create deep immersion and considerable control for the various situations players will encounter. We will also be using choice-driven narratives that can affect not only the story, but the world around the player as well. Players will feel that they truly are a part of the story, and the game will have significant amount of replay value. By incorporating multiple genres, styles of play, and intriguing storylines, we will be able to market NORA's descent and provide a fulfilling experience for gamers of all types.
We'll use a class system that reflects personality types, the player's corruption level, and a skill tree for upgrades. The player's corruption starts balanced, and their choices determine their class. All NORAs can push, dodge, glide, scan, and hack. Combat classes suffered mistreatment. They are very aggressive. They can upgrade attacks and use light or heavy melee weapons. They're hardest to hack and greatly increase corruption. The stealth class is used for reconnaissance. They're a bit temperamental. They can upgrade stealth, climbing, scanning, and use light melee weapons. They're hard to hack and slightly increase corruption. The tech class was used in scientific roles. They are logical and adept at puzzles. They can upgrade tech and assist in all upgrades. They're mild to hack and slightly decrease corruption. Balance class was used for domestic roles. They are friendly. They can upgrade in persuasion and any class but cannot master any class. They're easiest to hack and greatly decrease corruption. Players must use the classes and their environment to progress and find resources to repair, upgrade, and obtain new skills.
When and if the player chooses to brave the mysterious world they've landed on, they will have the opportunity and ability to explore ruins apart from the main story mission, in order to learn and discover new pathways. Besides opening these new pathways, players will be able to uncover ancient scriptures and lore that will depict what life had appeared to be before the planet became a sand-ridden dune. Breadcrumbs that might assist them in understanding their enemies, along with gaining a better understanding of themselves. Collectibles will range from native scriptures and goods to memory modules scattered in the sand from miscellaneous deceased NORA units. The world of NORA allows players to play how they would like to, either playing directly through the main story from beginning to end, or exploring every nook and cranny for each collectible in the game. NORA will feature achievements and leaderboards for various actions in the game. Achievements would range from finding certain collectibles, discovering hidden areas, or finding endangered native life forms. and discovering rare NORA units. Leaderboards will list the fastest mission completion times, enemies eliminated, along with the amount of missions you completed stealthily and being non-destructive.
The environments of NORA's Descent will vary greatly. From grand mountains to deep valleys, the planet is a vast environment for the player to explore. Littered across the lands are ruins from ancient civilizations, forests, and caves that might be inhabited by local fauna or even other NORAs. Each area that the player explores will hold a new experience and offer rewards to entice the player to explore further. Although much of the map is explorable, many areas will not be accessible to the player without specific upgrades in certain skill trees. For example, a wide gap filled with lava that the player can only cross if they put points into their glide functionality, or they might end up falling short and dying. NORA's Descent will consist of 3 character groups. The player, NORA, will change throughout the course of the game depending on which skills they upgrade and which decisions they make throughout the game. During exploration, the player will come across creatures, both friendly and hostile. An indigenous species of sentient life forms known as Argites may help you, hinder you, or even offer quests and rewards throughout your journey. As you continue, the wildlife will become much stronger and even more dangerous to the player. The Corrupted are extremely hostile. Old, discarded NORAs, who are under the infectious control of the corrupted mind, roam the planet in search of anything that can be of use. Some may be frail and near zombie-like, while others spend time upgrading themselves to be perfect killing machines, sometimes larger and much faster. When hacking these machines, the player will catch a glimpse of the ultimate life form on the planet, the corrupted mind, but will not see its true form until late in the game.
Don't think just because you are the newest model to land on this mysterious planet that it does not make you immune to corruption. The decisions you make throughout your gameplay will have an overall effect on your own mecha-psychological well-being, along with the other characters you meet and how they react to you. When repairing a damaged NORA unit that appears to be corrupted, you realize that you have just partially contracted the rampancy virus that is being created and controlled by the corrupted mind. Based on your actions in-game, you will have the ability to either cleanse yourself to fully remove the virus, or corrupt yourself further by taking part in malicious actions and any horrifying decisions you might make.
We wanted to avoid having a heads-up display that crowds the screen and takes away the immersion for the player. The health and energy bars will be visible as part of the player's avatar at all times while in third person, while simple bars will display around the edges of the screen during first person. There will be a minimalist system message box displayed in the bottom left of the screen that will alert the player to other events going on throughout the world, such as another NORA being ready for an upgrade, or to notify the player of the risk of corruption. We want the world of NORA's Descent to be accessible, believable, relatable, and immersive. As the player progresses through the game, the color schemes of each area begin to change to match the emotion and intensity of the story. The beginning of the game would be cool tones to keep the game calm while the player learns the game. When the story begins to reach its climax, the color scheme will begin to get much warmer, evoking strong emotions within the player and creating a more hostile environment. During the turning point of the game, the color scheme shifts to a much more limited palette, such as a grayscale with a limited high contrast in color, to build unfamiliarity and a much more striking and eerie environment.
Audio was a major part in the NORA universe, with different audio tracks that supplement the environment the player takes part in allows for a truly unique experience that brings the entire world to life. Music will change depending on the situation, especially during times of combat or passive periods. If the player is in the main hub, the dynamic music will change depending on time of day. Along with having unique audio as you discover new terrains, you will also hear the footsteps you make echo and resonate, the light whirring of your hacking utilities, along with the sounds of the terrains taking part in the background. Whether it's a constant wind blowing or the sound of water dripping off stalagmites in caves, the player is bound for an audio experience that will truly allow them to be lost in the world of NORA.
Thank you for your time. We at 7 Deadly Sins hope you'll let us bring NORA to life.